the MG Show. The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go!
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
We're going to blame our wonderful and great producer. Give us a 17 out there in the chat if you. Oh, no. I tried to talk and there was nothing there. Jeff couldn't hear me. How can? Oh, Jeff's not working. Jeff's the one that's muted, guys? Is that real? Oh, wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they can hear me. And so right now we are having an interesting moment. Because right now I can hear Jeff talking to me, and you guys can't hear Jeff, which is very unusual. It's usually the other way around. So Jeff is talking with his hands. You can't hear it. Thank you very much. How about now? Jeff is going to have to come out. This is awesome. This never happens to me. All right, here he goes. Thank you guys very much for joining us here on the MG Show. It is Friday. Jeff is going to have to reconnect because he was actually muted for one time. It was not me. It was him. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. He'll be right back in just a minute. It is going to be a fantastic show here. Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. All of us are so thankful. I would like to take a moment to tell you how much you should be thankful for the reality that you're currently facing right now. The reality that you are winning on a level that you could not have possibly imagined you'd be winning a year ago. And here you sit, all of you today, watching the Great Awakening unfold. And this, guys, this is an amazing time to be alive. Oh, now we got him.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason why I was muted, probably because it was karma, right? Because I came out here saying blame Yeti for the link change and all that stuff. Blame Yeti, blame Yeti, blame Yeti. Yeti zigged when he should have zagged. He clacked when he should have clacked. You know, I was doing all that, and karma got the best of me for Yeti. It muted me.
Yeah, it like actually literally played against you for a change instead of me or Yeti.
Wow. I can't get live or chat on Rumble. Yes, you can. You need to get, there's a new link, guys. There's a new link. Go to rumble.com/MG show. Okay. There is chat on Rumble. I see it right here. Just so you know.
I can see it. I see Jingleheimer Schmidt. I see Susie Q. I see Patriot Pollywog. I see Moody Mac. All these people are having a wonderful Thanksgiving day before.
Jingleheimer Schmidt says effing Yeti.
Oh, man. Take it easy on the furry guy. He got
and then I was muted. Southpaw says, thank you, Shady Matrix, for the premium content. I've been binge watching since last night. Right. Southpaws, thank you. Yesterday's premium content was about the Alex Jones InfoWars. There's a war on for your mind, quite literally. To control it. And he did a really good job. I got a lot of great feedback on that yesterday, Shady, for jumping in the driver's seat and taking that one home. Thank you so much. No problem. Also, we're covering Pandora's Box, which is amazing. It's the hidden history of how, where did the money come from? We were once asked by a 17th letter of the alphabet, and we had to figure out where the money came from. And it actually came from Queen Marie Antoinette and their bloodline family, Shady Groove, with Louis Pasteur. Wow.
Yep. And the encapsulation and the control of America through the current Fortune 500 companies, which a lot of people can't understand, that the massive trust is the Federal Reserve. That's the reason that the Federal Reserve is the prize. The Federal Reserve is the ticket to free Earth, guys. It's not just the ticket to free America. And I think a lot of people misunderstand exactly what the Federal Reserve is. But it's the ticket to free the economic strife of planet Earth. The IMF and all of these other, the Bank of International Settlements, everything is built. Everything is built off of the Federal Reserve. You've got to understand that there was no real such thing as a global economy 300 years ago.
Yeah. It's crazy, Rush. It is not real. I'm not repeating that comment. Oh, Canada, welcome to America. Thank you, Rush.
No, this is not April Fool's Day, Rush.
Oh, South pauses. Now, Matt, man, appreciate that. It helps us, guys. If you guys become premium content people, it helps us out, guys. Thank you. Shady, we're running down to Thanksgiving, right? And we got the Seditious 6 here.
We do.
They're doubling down, Shady.
Oh, but not only that, my friend, the whole people that we've been calling out for the last 2 years seem to be joining in.
Yeah, and I have a problem with somebody on Rumble who's actually on X, who has a Rumble check mark going against MAGA, and he's from Canada. And Rumble, you better check your people that have their check mark. Maybe you want to give us a check mark because we're pro-Trump. Okay.
Yeah, we're actually supporting we're in America. We're supporting America, so we don't really need Canadians up there talking about how bad our president is representing the platform. It's not really a good look.
Yeah, Michelle, I think we're not muted anymore. You could be behind us. So we're not muted anymore. At
some point, we'll not be muted.
Press 5 if you guys can hear us. I mean, I
can hear you, Jeff. Let me get mine in. I can hear you.
What?
No, you can't hear me now. Here, I'm going to press 5-6 that you can't hear me.
Who this new phone?
Who this new phone?
All right, so you can hear me. How about it's Viva Spark? Yep, it's him, and it's ridiculous. And Julie Kelly is calling him out too, saying this guy's a lawyer.
And yeah, he's banging back like he's look at what he's saying. You really don't need to get into the little spats between people. Just read what they're saying, man. Yeah. I mean, I can't believe, I honestly cannot believe some of the things that I'm reading right now. And all these people are all fired up.
Pastor Shadowley says 6'7", not 5'5". Oh, jeez.
Change 5'5" to 6'7". Pastor Shadowley, I would never have expected you would do such a horrible thing.
And then here's the newest PSYOP too. No credible reporting corroborates this claim. A quick Google search confirms this. Breaking. Wait, let me just do it in the correct voice.
Breaking. Sidney Powell is reportedly in talks to replace Scam Blondie as Attorney General, and General Michael Flynn is publicly and privately calling on President Trump to fire Blondie and appoint Powell as the next Attorney General of the United States.
I mean, that's the kind of crap we're dealing with, guys. Most people don't know who these people are in America. In the real world, you have no idea who Sidney Powell is. A lot of people don't. But these people have used psychological operations to the people that were on Twitter, now X, and we bought a lot of this crap hook, line, and sinker, Shady. I mean, sadly.
I got a problem right now, guys. We got a problem. We got a big problem. This is what's happening. Sidney Powell, Patrick Byrne, General Flynn are coming back for 2.0. They've generated this completely fake story. Now Patrick Byrne is the center of some Venezuelan plot in Serbia. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like Hammered's scorecard, except like it's Hammered's scorecard for crack addicts. It's not even a very good psyop. So Sidney Powell comes out last night and says priceless, talking about how Trump pardoned the turkeys. I was like, oh, well, I said, what's priceless is the $50 million you pocketed with General Flynn and Patrick Byrne that never produced any election fraud receipts.
Yeah.
Now you're back to the trough.
There was a couple of other turkeys he pardoned too, Roger Stone and General Flynn, right?
That's exactly right. And like, let's just take a look right now at what we're seeing here, because all these people are losing, guys. They're losing in a way that we can't hardly explain to you, and they're desperate. Now they've made up this whole story, and now they're going to say, oh, Donald Trump's bringing back General Flynn. They got the whole horde activated right now, acting like Donald Trump's bringing back Flynn. He is not bringing back General Flynn, and General Flynn is not helping the Trump administration, and he has not lifted a finger to do anything positive. As a matter of fact, his boy Raiklan is telling us that Trump has got 50 days left, and he's going to meet his demise.
Yeah.
Ivan Raiklan said those words, Jeff. I mean, I don't care what he said. He's going to meet his demise. I do not understand what they're talking about. Ann Vandersteel tells us that MAGA is dead. Okay, so the people around General Flynn are telling me that MAGA is dead and that Donald Trump's going to meet his demise. But General Flynn comes out last night with this digital soldier video and says, are you ready? Getting everybody all amped up, humping the wall.
Yeah. Now, let's just remind everybody that the digital soldiers, we have an army of digital soldiers, was done in 2016 before Q started posting. Okay. Q started posting October 27th, I believe, 2017. Okay. 2017, 28. Is that what it is?
Yep. October 28, 2017. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And I wanted that to be clear because, sometimes, but it's the digital soldiers were the 3.4 million influencers that were hired under Defeat Disinfo, which is General Flynn's upper mentor, guys, who is Shady, help. McChrystal, Stanley McChrystal. Guys. So these people are paid, and now they're infiltrating the very networks that we thought were free speech, Shady. I mean, I guess it is free speech, and you can think whatever you want, but my God, with this Candace Owens stuff, Shady, people are saying, question, you got to question everything. Yes, question everything. Question what I say, question it. But it's, people need to understand that they are being fooled, Shady, with CIA psychological
operations.
Tactics.
These are all tactics. And then the tactics are the exact same that are coming from the Flynn group that I just mentioned and Candace Owens and all of these other people that are attacking you right now. They're attacking you because you are MAGA and you are winning. That's the reason that they're doing this. And it's the reason that they're activating all their people. This is what Flynn has been holding in his back pocket this whole time. And everybody is, I understand that people have been a little frustrated with what we've been talking about here. But what we've been talking about for the last 2 years, the reason we've been animated the way we are isn't because we, quote unquote, hate General Flynn. It's because we see that he is a threat. We see that he is dangerous. And then we had absolute confirmation of that whenever we had our whole experience with Colonel Matthews. Okay. He confirmed every single thing that we knew to be true. And at this point, as sitting here today, we have still not been wrong about any of it.
Yeah. We're always wrong, though.
In a short term.
Until we're right, because it's funny how we've stayed the course, guys. Just because we have trained our minds to become unpsyopable. And once you see it, Shady. Let's just go ahead and dive right into this. This is a good video. Become unpsyopable, Shady. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, because listen, this is important to understand, because we say this, Jeff, and I know that sometimes you guys are typing, you're not listening. 3.5 million. At minimum, they have 3.5. So I just want you to understand what happens to a network. So a network, Twitter is a network. Whenever 3.5 million people start amplifying the same message, everything else gets drowned out. So currently, right now, he's activated everybody on the network. And if you were on there last night to see it, there was nothing on there good about Trump, nothing on there good about Kash Patel, Nothing on there about the real information coming out from the DOJ. Nothing in there about what Pam Bondi is doing. Nothing in there about crime going down. Nothing at all. The only thing you saw were info wars, psychological operations from corner to corner.
Yeah. And we were warned about info wars by Q. Okay. And, you know, Mossad or military operations. It could be MOS, could be something to do with the military psychological operations group as well. Dementori says Operation Mockingbird. Yeah. Slim Frank says, could this just be a test on how much we've learned? No. And yes. Yes and no, I guess, is yes, it's a test because of how much we've learned. But no, it's not a test because these people, let's look at the 40,000 foot view. Candace Owens is not in TPUSA today. You think she's upset about that? She's done 40 shows on this Charlie Kirk stuff. She's butthurt. General Flynn is not in version 2.0 of the Trump administration. Do you think he's butthurt about that? Steve Bannon, he wasn't in the administration. He was fired as well. He's a little butthurt too. These people are butthurt, guys. Roger Stone is butthurt because he was fired on 8/8/2019 before the 2020 election. Oh, 15.
2015 before the 16.
8/8/2015, okay? They're mad that you read Keith Kellogg's book, guys. They're mad that you're starting to see them for what they are. And once you start to understand and put that filter on your mind to try to just get the actual truth, not jumping on the bandwagon, not, implications, only facts, guys. Take out the facts. Listen to everybody, question everything, but listen to the facts that the people say, okay? If there are any. And if there aren't any facts, and it's just, I have a feeling, or this is what I think we're getting close. But what facts are we getting close with? There are no facts. And that's what we're trying to let you know, that when you understand how to look at information and listen to people, you take out all of the stupid stuff, like the straw man arguments, the jumping on the bandwagon, all that stuff, and you only take out the facts of what they say. And then you they might perceive it as a fact. Then you go double check that perception of the fact that they think is a fact, and you prove it wrong. That's how you do it. The truth is learned. It's never told, Shady.
That's exactly right. The reality of the situation is, once someone says something, no matter what they say, it's a fact that they said what they said. They can never take that away, regardless of what they say, is whether what they say is factual or not. So there's two different layers here. Number one, yes, they did say it. Number two, yes, it isn't true.
Yeah.
Okay, or yes, it is true. You can't pretend like that the people that are out here that are literally the minions of General Flynn for the last 8 years, that are all screaming and yelling and telling me that MAGA is dead.
Yeah.
Telling me that MAGA is dead, guys, that from their voices, their pictures, their pages, Ann Vandersteel told me that MAGA is dead, like Bill Mitchell 3 years ago. So the reality of the situation is, she's right-hand person to the whole Flynn and Ranklin facade psyop that they're doing. Yeah. But General Flynn comes out and says, "Are you ready?" Acting
he's
like
going on the Alex Jones show. Oh my God.
Going on the Alex Jones show, but and everybody thinks that somehow General Flynn is going to be brought into the Donald Trump administration. Guess what? That's not going to happen. So then what's going to happen to the 3.5 million people activated on the network whenever they're let down? They're going to start telling you that Donald Trump's done something wrong because he ain't doing it right for General Flynn. That's where this is going. That's what we've been warning you about.
And I'd like to just put a little thing too, because if Flynn does become in the Trump administration, we'll report it. Okay. I mean, that's how you work, guys. But I don't think he is, Shady Grove. With all things that I see and everything that they're doing and how they treat Trump's supporters, I don't think he's getting anywhere near that president, Shady.
We shall see, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, I just wanted to put that little thing in there, but I think you're in 100% right. And we're always wrong, though, until we're right.
One day comes.
So the dangerous deception behind Candace's method. This video does break it down on how Candace Owen persuaded millions, not with evidence, but with powerful psychological operations and a psychological formula that turns questions into convictions and outrage into certainty. You ready, Shady?
I am so ready for my audience to understand that they have already navigated this numbnut. But what we're going to do is give you tools so that you can help your friends navigate this numbnut.
Let's go.
Candace Owens might be one of the most persuasive voices online right now. What she's really doing, whether she knows it or not, is one of the most effective persuasion formulas on the internet. Her videos on Charlie Kirk's assassination have averaged millions of views, and Candace is incredibly good at one thing, making people feel certain without ever proving anything. So I sat through all 36 hours of her investigation so far, every clip, every theory, just to see what's really going on. And what I found were 5 tactics that make Candace Owens not just convincing, but dangerously persuasive.
Now, he's going to go over the tactics one by one. Write them down, okay? If you can't remember them, write them down. Get your pen and paper, guys. Here we go.
And once you see them, you won't be able to unsee them. Now, obviously, a lot of people feel deceived and gaslit by institutions, and in many cases, rightly so. But that's not the only thing going on here. If you've ever watched one of our episodes, you'll notice it immediately. The odd footage, the timestamps, things that don't line up, the screenshots that don't make sense, and the random people who suddenly seem suspicious. But she doesn't just give you 1 or 2 of these. Every episode, she throws out more than you can count. Nearly 15 in this video alone, sometimes over 20. In fact, I say that this is virtually the entirety of her episodes. She gathers anything that could look suspicious, even if it could be random or unrelated.
On 9/4, Akash Patel as far as November and December. Then we have Frank Turek on October 7th. Well, Megyn Kelly.
With so many anomalies being introduced every episode, at least a couple of them will strike you as strange, and given the sheer volume of her claims, your ability to think carefully about any of them gets drawn out by the sheer number of them. By the time you start to think critically about one date, or rumor, or insinuation, she's already moved on to the next. So eventually what happens is you stop paying attention to the quality of the evidence, and you're overwhelmed by the quantity, leaving you to conclude that there's just simply too many strange things occurring for there not to be something more going on. This can be thought of as an anomaly overload. It's what happens when a flood of speculation starts to feel like evidence, and when the gaps in our knowledge become proof that something sinister is happening.
What they've done
What's going on here? What are Egyptian military subcontractors doing in the middle of Provo, Utah on the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated?
And even though she hasn't proven anything yet, within 1 episode, you've already moved on from curious to convinced. And all she had to do was to keep asking questions.
The crime that you were not allowed to commit. Just asking questions.
Okay, but her asking questions is exactly what's in question. If you listen closely to her podcast, often she is just asking questions, but in a way where people hear much more than just a question. Sometimes she makes the implications clear, as she did when implying that Donald Trump was involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination.
I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. And he serves us or doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? As soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you.
But most of the time, she stays just short of an accusation. Her questions are often laced with heavy inflammatory suspicion, framed as innocent curiosity, while implying someone's guilt or their hidden motives.
So what was the blue plane doing sitting on the tarmac?
That's what makes her question so powerful, because it gives her plausible deniability. If her theory collapses, she was just asking questions. But if it turns out to be true, then of course she was right all along. And that has a powerful effect on her audience. It's the way that she frames the questions that makes her audience hear them as evidence for a conspiracy. So she doesn't need to directly accuse anyone, because she sets it up so that way her audience fills in the blanks for her. But questions aren't evidence of anything sinister happening. When it comes to actual evidence, is how she controls the evidence that's one of the most important tactics that she uses. Take a look at this tweet from Blair White saying that almost no one has proved Tucker or her wrong. And the reason people can say this with so much confidence is because of the way that Candace handles evidence.
I have it now on a very well-placed authoritative source.
To start, when it comes to a lot of her claims, we simply aren't able to verify if they're true or not. She often cites unnamed sources, and we have no way of knowing who they are, how reliable they are, or what they actually said. We just have to take her word for it. So when people say to prove her wrong, Well, most of the time you can't because she hasn't provided any evidence that she's right. Now, I'm not saying she's doing this, but in theory, she could just be making it all up. This is why the burden of proof always falls on the person that's making the claim rather than the person questioning it. Okay, but here's where things get even more challenging. Even when we do have direct evidence showing that she's wrong, it still doesn't count. I mean, take a look at what she said about Netanyahu's letter from Charlie Kirk.
He is severely misrepresenting. Those sentences are real, but I am calling upon Bibi Netanyahu, the dear friend to Charlie Kirk, to publish the letter's entire contents. Like, don't start with just 2 sentences. Publish the entire thing. You're holding it. I'm saying you're severely misrepresenting the contents.
Now, this is a common power move. She forces Netanyahu to choose between 2 options. He can either release the personal letter to the public or keep it private and look guilty. And when the letter was released and it confirmed exactly what Netanyahu said, it didn't seem to change her mind. In fact, this is the same tactic that we see over and over. She demands evidence, and if you don't give it, then you're hiding something. But even if you do give it, it doesn't disprove her claim. Instead, she treats the evidence as suspicious or even as more proof of a cover-up. So either way, she wins, and that makes it almost impossible for our audience to recognize when she's been proven wrong. In addition, remember when she said this about Bill Ackman blackmailing Charlie?
You're not going to gaslight us and tell us to shut up or call us anti-Semitic for pointing out the fact that Charlie was having a change of heart about the tactics that Israel was using in America, and that he felt when he had left that meeting that he had effectively been blackmailed.
But just 3 days later, when Bill Ackman denied it, she said,
"Okay, buddy, I never said you blackmailed Charlie. I asked you if this moment happened."
So notice how she shifted the claim and then frames him as the liar. And that's what we really see going on here, because the way that she gets you hooked is not in the evidence she presents, but in how she frames the evidence. You see, at core, humans are emotional beings, and we respond strongest to emotional arguments. And on social media, nothing spreads faster than moral outrage. It gives us a sense of righteous anger, the feeling that we're on the side of good and standing against evil. And this is something that Candace has nearly mastered, because in every episode, she leans into moral outrage, not just about what happened, but about why more people aren't as angry as she is. And she regularly questions anyone that isn't digging into the case the way that she is.
We all feel that something is spiritually wrong, and yet these people are trying to tell you if there's nothing to see here.
Okay, but if you pay close attention, you notice that she isn't just assuming the very thing that she hasn't proven, that Tyler Robinson wasn't the shooter. She's also treating disagreement with her as a moral test. In her framing, if you disagree with her, you're not just wrong, you're morally wrong. Or worse, morally compromised. People are afraid to disagree with her, not only because they're worried about being attacked by her and her fans, but they'll also be painted as immoral, naive, or corrupt. So whether she intends it or not, she creates a powerful good versus evil dynamic. And that's why any disagreement that me or others have with her instantly turns into accusations that we're somehow being paid $7,000 by Israel. In their minds, the only reason that you disagree with them is because you're part of the conspiracy. You notice that she doesn't just argue a case, she creates a cause, and the result is what we see today. A fierce and growing community which keeps her audience loyal even when she has nothing more to go on than a gut feeling.
I don't know, but I know.
And this is when we get into another powerful tactic, spiritual attacks. Lately, she's moved a lot of her attention over to the Christians who don't agree with her. And one thing that she really doesn't like is when Christians use scripture to point out what's wrong with what she's doing, as she made clear in her response to Frank Turek.
Then we have Frank Turek, who engages in this same sort of act of psychological manipulation, in my viewpoint. And he defends Mikey McCoy. I think this is on his own show. Here's what he had to say.
There's a difference between a possibility and evidence for a possibility. You can speculate on anything you want, but unless you have evidence, shut up, okay? Because all you're doing is causing dissension among the brothers, which is something the Lord hates.
So the clip goes on, but she not only labels his correction as psychological manipulation, she escalates it by calling his argument a form of spiritual deception.
The other thing he's doing, of course, is the biblical manipulation, which seems to me to be that there has been a military infiltration into the churches. I think we've covered that enough this year. I've termed that Operation Mocking Pastor, where they just try to find some scripture and justify it. And he's a pastor. He's earned trust. So he's saying she's judging people. The Lord says this. The Lord says she shouldn't look into the trial. The Lord says she shouldn't ask questions. The Lord thinks that people should just shut up. right? That to me is like the sickest form of manipulation. The sickest form of manipulation is to try to present it via the lens of what God would want. You don't have to do that. Just say what you think, say what you mean, and try to manipulate people the old school way. Okay.
Now, this has become more of a pattern because even more recently, she not only dismissed Ali Beth Stuckey's scripture-filled critique by calling her Christianity fake, but even worse, Candace doesn't seem to mind appealing to God in the Bible when it suits her case.
There's no justification. There definitively cannot be any godly justification for what they have done and what they have always done in Gaza. Once you recognize the people defending that beyond this, you will start to look at them as possessed by some sort of a demon. And typically that demon is just money. Okay. They just want the money. And the Bible is explicit about that, right? You can't have both. And like I said, God's chosen people do not endorse that. In fact, only Satan chosen people could.
So she does seem comfortable using religious language in scripture as a way to give her claims spiritual weight, while discrediting Christians who do the same when they reach different conclusions. And here's where it gets even more concerning. Listen to how she uses spiritual language here.
I am begging you all, those of you who go to these mega churches, those of you who are evangelical, who follow these evangelical influencers, you are probably noticing about now that they are mum on the topic of Charlie Kirk. They want to move on. They want to let it be known that it's just a trans shooter. Not one of them is standing up and going, no. I spiritually feel that something is wrong.
And just right there, she lied. It wasn't a trans shooter. It was a gentleman, a person that actually was in love with a trans person and possibly in the furry community. So she lied right there. It wasn't a trans shooter.
Wrong. We all feel that something is spiritually wrong, and yet these people are trying to tell you if there's nothing to see here. That needs to be your wake-up call.
So first, she treats her instincts as spiritual signals from God. And second, anyone who doesn't share those instincts is framed as spiritually blind or spiritually compromised.
They are asking you to set aside your instinct, your gut instinct, your God instinct. You recognize something is wrong.
However, this is ironic given the thousands of comments that people have left on my videos saying that they did trust their spiritual instincts and it led them away from Candace. They felt like something was off in their spirit, and not with the people that she critiques, but in the way that she's been approaching things lately. And by the way, if you felt that too, if you believe that something in your spirit is being unsettled by what she's been doing, go ahead and write it down below in the comments. And not to attack her, but just to see how many Christians have been sensing the same thing.
Nothing has changed, guys.
So at this point, this has been going on for months now. She's currently made almost 40 episodes on this topic, and she keeps telling our audience that they're getting really close to solving this case.
We are making so many discoveries in this case, and I have to tell you guys, we're getting close. I've got a feeling about that. We're close. We are now, I believe, extremely close to solving this thing. And their panic is making me think that we're getting closer to something, and that something is pretty big. And I just sense that we're getting close. I sense that we are getting very close. We're getting low. Very close, I think, to what actually happened on that day.
But at the time of recording, none of her episodes have gotten us any closer to a single verifiable theory. And at the end of the day, Candace isn't the first person to confuse her moral instincts with truth, and she won't be the last either. The louder the world gets, the more that people will mistake confidence for credibility and emotion for revelation. But scripture calls us to test every spirit, and we should. We should ask questions, especially of the voices that might feel righteous. And that includes my words just as much as hers or anyone else's. You can ask yourself, where am I letting emotion or outrage replace evidence and truth in my life? Because if we don't learn to recognize those tactics in the voices that we admire, then we'll never be able to recognize them in ourselves. And the moment that we stop testing what we hear is the moment that we stop noticing when we're being led somewhere that isn't grounded in the truth. All right.
And that's exactly what we said. And this gentleman just really succinctly laid it all out. And once you understand those 5 tactics, you can't see anything the same way ever again, really, Shady.
No, you can't see it the same way. And right now what's going on is they are utilizing this across the board. This is what's going on. You can see clearly, and we were talking about it this morning. Look at the way that they're able to activate the whole network and keep their hands clean. Okay, all of these people, General Flynn could send out all of these people to attack Donald Trump, and everybody does exactly what they're, attacking Patel, attacking Bondi, attacking Dan Bongino, saying that they're all lying, saying that they're hiding stuff, saying that they're covering it up. but General Flynn puts out stuff acting like he's supporting Trump, and then they're all like hyperbolic about General Flynn. It's absolutely crazy town what's going on. All these people online are supporting, this is a supporting network, and they do not really think these things because they could have possibly think these things. You know, you can't say that the articulate manner of which Colonel Earl Matthews explained what it is that happened on January the 6th because of him being there on the ground is somehow a lie, and your General Flynn is telling you the truth.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
The guy's he's doing it right now, as a matter of fact.
I mean, that's exactly what's happening, Shady. Wow. So, with that being said, we're going to get into them doubling down, Shady Groove. The Seditious Six basically doubling down, Shady.
Yeah, they're doubling down. And I have a feeling, I mean, is it a coincidence that they've made this video at the same time all the stuff is going on with this network where they're trying to recruit people that aren't going to listen to lawful orders? What's going on? What are they doing? What is the military industrial complex? What did you say you saw outside of Fort Bragg, Jeff?
A sign, a billboard that leads you to not without wars or something like that, or not with, I can't remember the bill, but so you jumped ahead. But
I did.
They have a billboard outside of I think it's Fort Bragg, Shady Groove, saying defy orders, and then sign up to a website, and those donations go to Act Blue.
And where's that psychological operations center located there?
Bragg.
Yes, sir. Let's continue.
Yeah. So I'm telling you guys, like, it's like, and then people are saying, it's truthful that they can say, no, you know what? The way that they said that, it's not truthful. There was no illegal orders. Say the illegal orders. Okay.
I'm seeing the military factions attacking the president, everybody. Well, yes. Why is General Flynn, an ex-military guy, out there able to send people to attack Kash Patel and send people to attack Pam Bondi? Why is he from the military able to do that, and everybody just goes along with it like he's Santa Claus?
Yeah. And this is only on X. People in the real world have no idea who this guy is.
It's bad, dude.
It's bad. But the people on X influence people that are not on X, and it's a huge operation, and we pulled it off. We figured it out on 8/20/23 is when we became public, Shady.
That's right.
Wow.
And Susie Wiles. Yes, that's right. Somebody mentioned Susie, and they're attacking the most powerful woman in the world. Listen, please, somebody show me someone. I'd love to see it. My DMs are open. Show me someone that is attacking Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, or Susie Wiles. Show me someone that's attacking them that you cannot or I cannot connect to the Flynn network. Just one. Right. I want to see one. I want to see one real opinion from someone who thinks that Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, or Susie Wiles is doing a bad job that is not in any way connected to the Flynn Alex Jones group. I guarantee you, this is my challenge to you, to my audience out there through all platforms. Find me one. I'd love to see it.
It's crazy. I mean,
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
It's fake because they're doing a great job.
Because this show, who's been attacked by those people, have mapped out the entire network.
And we know who they are. And we can't see anyone that's got, there's no one in my real life, Jeff, whenever you're talking to your real family, you're hearing anybody say that they're disappointed in what?
No.
In Memphis being safer, or Chicago, or like all these different things that are being done. They're disappointed in that?
Yeah. No.
They're not.
They're not. It's crazy. All right, so Mark Kelly, member of the Seditious Six, appeared on Jimmy Kimmel last night, thereby doubling and tripling down. Check this out.
Consult with lawyers and have to deal with this when you're first of all working for the people of Arizona, the people of the United States. Now you have to spend your time. Are you actually worried about this? I mean, it does.
I've been through a lot more challenging things than this, and I am what I'm worried about is the reaction and what this transmits to the military and the public, which is basically shut up and listen to that guy. And that's not the way our system works.
Yes, it is.
We have loyalty.
What are you talking about? How's that not how our system works?
And every oath every member of the military took is loyalty to the Constitution. not to a person. And he's trying to.
Oh, wow, guys.
He's trying to get some fear out there. And fear can be contagious. Mm-hmm. But what also can be contagious is courage and patriotism. And that's the reason why.
Oh, my God, guys. This is crazy. This is crazy. Holy crap, dude. I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen this for the first time, Jeff. So
I like surprising you.
I'm reacting in a way that's very, dude, guys, like that's it. You know, like that's it. They're trying to kick off a civil war. Like this is exactly this. There's no doubt in my mind that is what they're trying to do right here. They have the desire to kick off a civil war. There's no other way they can cover this up. There's no other way they can cover up J6. There's no other way they can cover up everything that they've done to Donald Trump. There's no other way. These people are cohorts in the same process. The Democrats that all scream Gaza and Israel, all these people out here that you're seeing scream Gaza and Israel, everybody's.
So let's read the oath, right? So it's, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance of the same, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Okay? And that I will well faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter, so help me God. Now, listen to that. Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, Shady. Do these people have Trump derangement syndrome?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a mental problem because of the brainwashing? Because the media is liable.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And right there, you know, you hear people clapping for something that is wrong. Everything about the whole structure of the military. Listen, guys, before America, the military controlled the world. The military, for whatever king could build it, controlled the world. And everything that the reason that you have America is because of the military doing what it was that they wanted, not what it was that they were told. Okay, this is an unbelievable moment that we wrote the Constitution so that the military would only listen to the president, not the military listening to other military. You understand this? Our military does not have our military. This is someone trying to insert themselves into the chain of command. That's what Flynn is doing too. They're trying to insert themselves into the chain of command so that they can be a block stop between the people under them and the president. The Constitution that you were sworn to serve says that you serve at the pleasure of the president.
Yeah. And let's define a traitor. Okay. 1, a person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. Is this person betraying the cause or trust of the United States military? 2, a person who commits treason by betraying his or her country. So a person who betrays another, a cause, or any trust. The military? Okay. Wow.
I mean, this is very frightening. I mean, this is actually a frightening moment that they're willing to do this, that they're willing to pull this. You're gonna, you can call me a conspiracy, call me crazy. I don't care if you want to call me crazy. I don't care. There's no way that this is not connected. There's no way in hell, considering what we understand about the Alex Jones network and connections to Khashoggi and Turkey and foreign governments and money flowing and what's going on right now with Patrick Byrne and lighting up this story about Venezuela and all this nonsense and acting like he's bringing Flynn back and all this craziness. Flynn's moved his office.
And Sidney Powell replacing, yep.
And Sidney Powell is going to be replacing Pam Bondi. Like, this story is everywhere, and all these people are screaming back at me, guys. I mean, I feel like I'm a voice, like a single voice in the wilderness, because no one seems to be willing to defend Donald Trump on a social media platform. It seems like everybody's really, really excited to throw him under the bus every chance they get. And as soon as somebody like Flynn says something, they're all literally in line like monkeys.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're paid to do so.
And that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? The 3.5 million paid influencers. Yeah.
Meanwhile, they besmirch all of you. You guys are something less than, because you pay attention to what we're talking about. When there is, I cannot find another broadcast that supports what Donald Trump is doing and explains to the audience what he is doing and why he is doing it like we do. And I'm sorry, but if it was out there, I would share it with you.
Yeah. And remember, sedition is rebellion or insurrection, incitement to lawless action, because there were no lawless orders by the president. That video shouldn't have even been made. Do you understand?
And there's another layer to this too. Not only should the video not have been made, now we heard yesterday that there's a couple of people that have said that they weren't able to get there in time to get their video, which means it was recruited, which means there's somebody pulling the strings that said, you guys need to make this video and put it together. Who is doing that? Somebody trying to take positions in the chain of command.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so listen to this one. Mark Kelly continues on Jimmy Kimmel.
I mean, you can't keep track of this guy and what he says. And I'll tell you this, though. I'm not backing down. I mean, we said something very simple. Members of the military need to follow the law. We wanted to say that we have their backs.
No, that's not what you really said, though.
It's not what he said. It's such conjecture. But look at this, Jeff. This is the perfect operation. We just watched that thing with Candace Owens. This actually fits really good with what we just watched with Candace Owens, because this whole thing is problem, reaction, solution. They needed to become a martyr. How do you become a martyr? Make some dumb video that is seditious so that people see the sedition and you generate a divide. Go look on Grok, and Grok will completely lie to you about what is seditious behavior and the gravity of what these people have done. These people could be like Kelly could be court-martialed for this, guys. This is not a small, like he could be thrown in the brig. They could literally throw him in the brig.
He's not backing down because he's got to go talk to the FBI about it, and they could recount his status and make him active again, and then try him for sedition and treason.
Throw him in the brig.
And throw him in the brig. Listen to this, Shady Grove. Jimmy Kimmel needs a dictionary because he has no idea. Check it out.
You have Pete Hegseth, who is who runs the Department of War, is going to open an investigation into you. I assume into your colleagues. You will have to be interviewed by the FBI, and they're trying to find what exactly? I mean, what even is sedition?
What is sedition? Wow, he didn't even know that, Shady Grove, allegedly.
Because if he'd read the definition, then he wouldn't. He might actually realize that Mark Kelly did what the definition says. I mean, it's like you literally, all you gotta do is read the definition, and it's like literally 100% what the man did.
Yeah, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Now let's go to the doubling down of these guys. Jesse actually did a really good job, Shady Grove. The Seditious Six, and I titled this before seeing this, and I didn't see Jesse last night, but let's check it out, Shady. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, and we're going to go through break just because we can today, because it's Thanksgiving Eve.
But we don't have any commercials, so we're not going to make any money.
That's right.
Gobble, gobble.
Hello, everybody. We have Waddle. Waddle. Hi, guys. Want to give us a gobble?
It's Turkey Pardon Day, a tradition started by JFK. The lucky turkeys this year, Gobble and Waddle.
I was going to call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people.
Gobble and Waddle should be thankful they weren't pardoned by AutoPen, because they'd be going to the butcher.
He used an AutoPen last year for the turkey's pardon. So I have the official duty to determine, and I have determined that last year's turkey pardons are totally invalid, as are the pardons of about every other person that was pardoned other than where's Hunter?
Don't worry, Peter. Trump's still saving Biden's birds from the oven. These Trump turkeys might need 2 ovens, 50 pounds a bird, the heaviest White House turkeys in history. But we're not going to fat shame Gobble and Waddle. We don't do that around here.
I'm not going to tell my Pritzker joke. They have a very cute little joke, Some speechwriter wrote some joke about his weight. But I would never want to talk about his weight. I don't talk about people being fat. I refuse to talk about the fact that he's a fat slob. I don't mention it. I'd like to lose a few pounds too, by the way. And I'm not going to lose it on Thanksgiving, I can tell you that.
No diets on Thanksgiving or Black Friday. The pilgrims wouldn't want it that way. There's a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. For one thing, your turkey's cheaper, and there's less death. The turkeys are still being killed. I'm talking about in Ukraine. Zelensky's reportedly agreed to Trump's peace terms. Over to you, Pooty Poot.
I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out. In less than 1 year, we've accomplished more than most other administrations have accomplished in 8 years. And this is a very special Thanksgiving.
Pilgrims and Indians, Jews and Muslims, Trump and Mondani, Zelensky and Putin. It's got to happen. Guess who called Trump? Xi Jinping. China called America first. It's never happened before. They invited Trump to Beijing in the spring, and we invited him for a state dinner. That's why we need the big, beautiful ballroom. We might have to host it in a tent with porta potties. No bueno. This could be Maduro's last Thanksgiving. So he's doing the YMCA, which is diplomatic code for gringo, please save my life like Gobble and Waddle. He's getting his suavecito on, boogieing down to a song called No War, Yes Peace. We just slapped him with a narco-terror label and have a carrier strike group position in the Caribbean. Gunboat diplomacy is scaring Maduro straight. Trump hasn't given the order. Now he wants the dictator to hop on the phone and have a little chat. We're probably not taking out Maduro during Thanksgiving. Hegseth has 7 kids to feed. He's got to be at the table to referee the fight over leftovers. The Seditious 6 are going to have an awkward dinner. These saboteurs better not drink too much because they're all being pulled in for FBI interviews. Senator Kelly could get court-martialed.
I said something that was pretty simple and non-controversial, and that was that members of the military should follow the law. And in response to that, Donald Trump said, I should be executed. I should be hanged. I should be prosecuted. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be intimidated.
Kelly, the astronaut, probably wishes he was still in space because the Secretary of War wants to see the retired Navy captain in his office in Washington. Kelly claims he's not a traitor and showed off his decorations, saying, I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution. The Secretary of War said, get it together. You can't even display your uniform correctly. Your medals are out of order and rows reversed. When, if you're recalled to active duty, I'll start with a uniform inspection. Boom. Kelly just remembered where he stands in the chain of command. MSNBC, of course, took offense.
When and if you're recalled to active duty, it'll start with a uniform inspection.
Jesus.
That is what the Secretary of Defense is focused on right now, saying he'll threaten the United States Senator, an astronaut, a veteran, with a uniform inspection.
MSNBC should inspect the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Title 18, Section 2387, prohibits civilian or military acts that encourage troops to disobey or lose loyalty. Hegseth wants a briefing on Kelly in 2 weeks, and there he's going to make the call. The junior senator from Arizona doubled down. He told the troops to listen to Congress, not the commander-in-chief.
Donald Trump's going to be gone a couple years. And if you're part of the military that is going after sitting senators, sitting members of Congress, and part of, the weaponization of government, there will be consequences, without a doubt.
Consequences? They went from coercing soldiers to threatening them. They're losing it.
I'm having a bad hair day, so this is going to be a really short video. Pete Hegseth. You, Pete Hegseth. You launched an investigation into Senator Mark Kelly, retired Navy Captain Mark Kelly, because he told members of the military, he reminded members of the military in a video not to follow illegal orders.
They're saying F you to the Secretary of War? We never said F you to Austin when he fired soldiers for not getting vaxxed. This was a dirty intel ploy to trigger a military rebellion. Politicians can't brainwash 18-year-old service members into second-guessing their commander-in-chief in a war zone, second-guessing orders when lives are on the line. This is a classic CIA destabilization operation. We use these tactics on other countries, not here. And they couldn't name a single illegal order that the president's given. They're just creating confusion in the ranks. A script went out.
Why were you not part of this video?
Yeah, actually, so I was part of the first video. The second video is by the time the script got to me and it was in the middle of a lot was going on, I just didn't have time to actually record it.
So that senator was a former Marine. They recruited him to do the video. This was well organized. I wouldn't be shocked if Brennan was behind it. It's the same play as the Russia hoax. They don't care if it hurts the country as long as it hurts Trump. Nothing's working, so they're just trying to slow him down. Here's Maxine Waters, no relation.
This is an important press conference that is being held to let you know what we're all doing, resisting this low-down, dirty, no-good, filthy president.
How do you really?
We've gotten 2 million illegals out of America.
I want to pause there, Shady Group, because Maxine Waters, okay? Do you think that Maxine Waters has anything to hide? Are we live?
No, you tell me.
Oh. You don't remember the Q post?
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so Maxine Waters says Trump is a low-down, dirty, no-good, filthy president. So this is the letter from Committee on Financial Services, Maxine Waters, ranking member on the Financial Services. How do you obstruct oversight? How do you obtain inside knowledge to closed-door financial investigation? Maxine Waters, California, ranking member. Those who are the loudest have the most to fear or hide, right? Money talks. Now, this is part of the Q post right here from the FBI vault about Uranium One and the Russians, Shady Grove, and the Clinton Foundation at the center of it all. So he's saying, you know, Brennan, I'm saying Hillary Clinton, Shady, just to say it. I mean, you know, but it's interesting how, you know, this lady is also living in a $4 million mansion at the time, but it's more than 4.3 million now. This was, how long ago was this?
Decade.
Yeah, like almost a decade ago. So, you know, she's not even living in her own district, guys.
Neither is Adam Schiff or Swalwell. And a lot of this is, you know, somebody made the comment the other day about Pulte. I was like, you know, well, you haven't heard from Pulte because he's realized that every single member of Congress has a fraudulent mortgage. And he's trying to figure out what he's going to do about it because these people, that's exactly what they're doing. They claim that they have a primary residence where they don't, and then they actually don't have a a lot of people in Congress, believe it or not, do not even have a residence in the district that they represent. Many of them out of the 400 do not reside in the district that they represent.
Yeah. Russia, Mark Hess and his dogs. They get freaky when he says Russia. All right, so what is Stephen Miller? I love Stephen Miller, Shady Grove.
This guy's amazing.
This guy is awesome.
He was on fire.
Here he is today, being from yesterday. Check it out.
Mr. Miller, what should happen to the seditious six?
Well, they should be held accountable under the law and under the Uniform Code of Military Justice for a seditious conspiracy against the United States of America. This is completely open and shut, straightforward. What is the motivation? Why would 6 members of Congress, selecting specifically for individuals with a CIA or military background, record a carefully written, carefully produced, slickly edited video messaging directly to members of our clandestine services and our armed forces, telling them to disobey orders from their superiors, telling them that they should individually determine whether an order is legal or illegal and defy it. Individuals who are exercising life and death power. The CIA engages in covert missions all over the world involving life and death decisions. The armed forces launches life-taking missions time and time again. They carry weapons. They control drones. They control missiles. They work on nuclear submarines. For what purpose would you ever deliver this message? As you said, it's to create a color revolution. It is the CIA playbook for trying to foment insurrection from within the military and within the CIA. Look, we saw after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Jesse, members of the armed forces openly celebrating his murder. So think about that for a second. You have people in the armed forces, and it can be a tiny, tiny percentage, but who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and then now they're getting a message from Kelly and from other members of Congress saying, defy your commanders. Rise up and defy your superiors. That kind of language will get people killed. It endangers our national security. It is dangerously radicalizing. And it has all of the evidence of willfulness and intent. And when they go on TV and they say, well, we can't name what order is illegal, that proves the point. It was never about the law. It was breaking down the chain of command. The Democrat Party is openly engaged every day in trying to tear down democracy, whether it be judges who are binding the president with unlawful orders, releasing violent criminals back onto the street, trying to cement and protect the illegal alien invasion of America, and now fomenting rebellion inside of the ranks of our armed forces and CIA.
Yeah, I mean, wow. And, you know, Joe Ray corrected me. That was the office of taking the oath of office, but this is the office, the oath of enlistment. Let's go. But this is huge. I, Mark Kelly, do solemnly swear or affirm that I support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of officers appointed over me, according to the regulations and to the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Title 10, U.S. Code, Act of May 1960, replacing the wording first adopted in 1789 with the amendment effective October 5, 1962. Again, Shady Grove, that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the military officers appointed over me, Shady Grove. Pretty cut and dry, hey?
Didn't see him read that on Kimmel.
No,
he didn't really explain to Kimmel exactly what it was in the oath that he swore, as Kimmel was sitting there telling him he doesn't know what the definition of a sedition is. It's almost like smart people using stupid people to gaslight the rest of us.
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy, guys. I mean, wow.
All of it is, man.
And that was, thank you, Joe Ray Perkins. Thank you so much for that, for saying that I just read the oath of office for
not the
politicians.
Oath for military service, right?
Yeah, the oath of enlistment, they call it. Wow. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me.
Yes. In other words, if the president says jump off that cliff, your
how high
better be to the bottom of it.
How high? Or
yes,
wait, you're telling me to jump off a cliff. Never mind.
Yeah, you wouldn't worry about how high. It's however high. I pointed to the cliff. I didn't point to how high it was.
Can I have a thing? A parachute?
No.
Those things? No.
You can have one of those squirrel suit things.
All right. So here it is, Shady Groove breaking. Billboards encouraging military members' dissent against leadership are now beginning to appear. With a billboard near Fort Bragg, North Carolina, directing service members to a website that tells them to contact them via encrypted
I'm Senator
chat.
Alyssa Slotkin.
On their way into the
Kelly,
base.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlahan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
our Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Army civil psyops are primarily located at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, with active duty units on the 4th and 8th Psychological Operations Group's airborne station there, the headquarters for the United States Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations Command, USACAPOC is also located on the grounds at, yes, you guessed it, Shady and Jeff could never make it up, Fort Bragg.
Wow. And so this is the website right here. Not what you signed up for is .org. And you saw the billboard. Now you have questions. You're not alone.
Look at this.
Look at this.
You saw the billboard.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. And About Face is the name of the. I'm going to just put About Face in here.
Yeah, let's see. Good idea.
Influencewatch.org is a great way to find left-wing advocacy groups. Okay, here it is right here. It's a nonprofit. So this is it, guys. You need to understand who these people are. So let's look. This is About Face is an anti-war activist group whose members include the United States military veterans against U.S. foreign and local policy, right? It was a 2018 members of a nonprofit attempted to disrupt a tour by former George W. Bush to protest American foreign policy. So we got a president getting us out of war, which is what these people want, right? Yeah. Claude Copeland is the president of About Face. Oliver Valenzuela Nettle, an Iraq West veteran, was campaigning for About Face. Let's see, advocacy efforts. Let's look about. Look at during Black Lives Matter, signed up for National Guard troops assisting. Let's see, donations, $100,000 from the Fund to Build Grassroots Power, Ben & Jerry's Foundation, Schwab Charitable Fund, and Solidaire Network. Wow, guys, it's crazy. Oh,
so
wait,
in other words, like, look at that. They put up that billboard. So you're driving to the base. Okay. Yeah. It's a long drive out through there, like where you go down to get down into that area of Fort Bragg. It's like a long single road that goes into that facility.
They endorsed Ilhan Omar, Action Aid USA, Jewish Voice for Peace Action, U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights, Amnesty International, all controlled by foreign and domestic billionaires, guys. Wow.
And now you have the foreign billionaire controlled Patrick Byrne back to the trough with the numbnuts from the 2020 election, trying to act like this is the story that they're selling out there. Basically saying that because of their operations in Venezuela, that they were able to stop Venezuela from rigging the 2024 election and allowing Trump to win. In other words, if they didn't go to Venezuela and stop that election manipulation, then Donald Trump would have lost. So Donald Trump owes his administration to them. Do you understand that? Like, that's the position that they're taking. Patrick Byrne, this dirtbag that wrote all this BS about what happened in the White House whenever they tried to get him to sign the Insurrection Act. Now these people want you to believe that the lawyer that lied to Trump and tried to bait him into signing the Insurrection Act is going to be who he chooses to replace Pam Bondi with. Now, if he decides to replace Pam Bondi as Attorney General, maybe he does, maybe he don't. But I will sit here and I will literally bet you everything I own that he would not pick Sidney Powell if he were to replace Pam Bondi. And I will stand on that until I'm proven disturbingly wrong, which I'm pretty certain I will not be.
Yeah, and I want to make everybody clear too. The whole network said that Kash Patel, the administration is thinking about firing Kash Patel was the whole thing. But President Trump crushes that swamps desperate rumors, and President Trump says Kash Patel isn't going anywhere. Let's just watch this little clip, Shady Groove. Check this out from the president.
Network.
Are you planning to replace Kash Patel?
Oh, he's doing a good job. Kash Patel? No, he's doing a great job, I think.
Can't see yet, Jeff.
Oh, you saw me, right?
Yep. Now you got it. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, he was just talking to me.
Are you planning to replace Kash Patel as
No, he's doing a good job. Kash Patel? No, he's doing a great job, I think.
This week we saw those cases against
So basically, STFU, everybody, right? Kash Patel is probably one of the most transparent FBI people that we've had ever.
He says the same thing about Pam Bondi.
Now, I want you to do this too. Yeah, he does. And I want you to think about this, Shady Groove. This is a member of the Revolutionary Communist Party. Her name is Sunsara Taylor, okay? And she vows to remove President Trump from office. Let's listen to the narrative. And, like, you think we know people that agree with this? Check this out.
Yeah, there's a lot of this going around. It's like herpes or something.
We are
is removed. We are not stopping until Trump is removed, because we recognize that the nature of fascism is that its atrocities get greater and greater, and they move to violently shut down any space for anybody to oppose them, unless they are removed from power. There is no compromise with fascism. There is no waiting it out. There is no hoping it goes away. There is no containing it. Either we drive it out, or it drives over all of us and humanity's future. We are not—
Wow. So, that's stochastic terrorism as well. If there's no way out, so they just make you a fascist, so you are more, if you're mentally unstable, you may actually take action, and then they won't be connected to you. And, it's really that bad, Shady Group.
Then you get the CIA to come out there on TV and tell you that the CIA and Navy intelligence people out there telling you that you can disobey direct orders.
Yeah.
And then you got people out there like General Flynn and other people in the military telling people that that you should distrust Donald Trump's administration. Like, how is that okay? Like, how is it okay that you've got to swear that oath that says you're going to support and defend the president of the United States no matter what, even if you're retired, and you get to go out there and you get to send people out to attack Donald Trump's administration people, Hegseth, Bondi, Patel, Wiles. You get to send your people out there and attack them that are also ex-military, and that's all fine, but these people can't go out and say that you have the right to disobey illegal orders. Why are they not the same thing? I'm very confused right now at why they're not the same thing.
Well, just like AOC said, hey, we're going to be giving away turkeys, donate to the turkey fund, and went straight to her campaign, but they're just going to give her a buy because she's AOC, right? Yeah. I want to also compare what Antifa, this is a former Antifa, guys, and this is what they are doing, and he sees it. Check this out, Shady. I don't know if you saw this.
I did. I used his tagline yesterday.
Check it out.
They say they're going to kill someone, or they think it's justified to attack someone because they're a fascist, for example.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like, whether it's people deserve to die, they have no human rights. It's like calling someone a Nazi or a fascist. It's a way to just dehumanize them. You can do whatever to them. You can assault them. It's funny to them. They laugh about it. They don't kill you because you're a fascist. They call you fascist so they can kill you. It's just a way to dehumanize people and threaten them. Originally, they were trying to bully and threaten what they would consider right-wing extremists, like Proud Boys or Christian nationalists, that show up to protests or events. They're bullying them. That's not the target anymore. Now the target is anyone that doesn't agree with them. Socially, when I'm not at a meeting, I'm just hanging out with people that I know, more and more they talk about acts of violence, they talk about guns or going to gun ranges, and the shit scares me.
Why do you think some of these people that you know are arming themselves and going to gun ranges and so on?
They feel as though they're under threat. Well, we're going to be genocided or put in prison, or Nazis have taken over America, and so we have to act now to stop it.
That kind of rhetoric and those ideas, do you feel that it's kind of like a radicalization or self-radicalization, almost akin to, let's say, an Islamist group?
How is this different than a group like ISIS?
Exactly.
Wow.
How's it different than the group like Proud Boys? How's it different than the group of any group that wants to be a vigilante group? In other words, a group that goes to a situation looking for a fight. Like you were greasy guys in the 1950s wearing leather jackets and white socks and dumb-looking shoes. Like literally, that's what these people think that they are. You do not have that right in America. I don't care what tagline you put on your name. Enrique Tarrio says that his activities of vigilante justice are essentially the exact same as counterterrorism maneuvers by the government. That's what they think. I can't believe he typed that into the internet, but he did. And it's exactly what the Antifa think. There's no difference in what they think. You guys can't see the forest for the trees sometimes because you get caught up supporting people on your side and taking it soft on the people on your side and being very hard on the people on the other side. I take a different approach. I take the same recipe fits all approach to American and individuality, like we all should. Doesn't matter what letter you put at your name or who you vote for when you go into that voting booth. What matters is your dignity and your integrity as a human being and your ability to respect other people's individuality, whether you agree with them or not, whether you think that they're communists or fascists or not.
Yeah. And it's just a way to make somebody act on that. Because if you have somebody like, if you're calling them Hitler or whatever, what do people want to do if their minds are weak? It's crazy.
Well, that's why that they have to call you FUUPOS.
Yep.
And then they have to use Vander Steele and Brian Cates and the whole network to scream and yell and call us Kansas City blank blank so that everybody blocks us. And so that whenever the time comes for them to turn on MAGA, there is no voice in that feed from those people about somebody that's actually still supporting Trump because they've already all blocked us.
Yep. Press 47 if you're still supporting President Donald J. Trump. And we're going to get into President Trump's gaggle last night as he and First Lady Melania are returning to Mar-a-Lago for Thanksgiving. This was last night around 6:55, Shady.
Did they bring the turkey?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think they were pardoned. No, a Democrat judge actually reneged the pardon and said that the turkeys have to go to the butcher.
That's what I thought. So I figured, it's go time for Thanksgiving. It's a 50-pound bird, dude.
Everybody, how are you? What would you like to know today?
Can you start off by telling us the latest with Russia and Ukraine? Are you expecting Zelensky to come visit you?
We're having good, I don't know, he would like to come, but I think we should get a deal done first. We're having good talks. We started with Russia. We're having some talks with Russia. Ukraine is doing well. I think they're pretty happy about it. They'd like to see it end. And we won't know for a little while, but we're making progress.
What are the big things?
We settled 8 wars, and I thought this would be one of the easier ones because of my relationship with President Putin. But this is probably one of the more difficult ones. There's a lot of hatred.
You said there were other points of disagreement that were still left to be.
Yeah, a few.
Can you tell us what those are?
Well, it's just the standard things, but people are starting to realize it's a good deal for both parties and they got to stop the war. They're losing a lot of people, a lot of soldiers, mostly soldiers.
In that 28-point plan, it was originally leaked. There were some portions of that that said that Ukraine.
Well, that was an original proposal, and then from there we went back and forth.
So when it comes to ceding land to Russia, is that still on the table or has that changed?
Well, they're talking about going land both ways and trying to clean up a border. You can't go through the middle of a house. You can't go through the middle of a highway. So they're trying to work something. It's a complicated process. It doesn't go that quickly.
What about security guarantees and...
Well, we're working that out with Europe. Europe will be largely involved in that. We're working that out with Europe. Europe really wants to see it end if possible.
There were a lot of Republicans who felt that the first 28-point plan was too favorable to Russia. Have you changed
Well, that was just a map. All that was is a map. That was not a plan. It was a concept. And from there, they've taken each one of the 28 points, and then you get down to 22 points. A lot of them were solved, and actually very favorably solved. So we'll see what happens.
Do you think that Ukraine was being asked to give too much land back to Russia? I know at one point you said they shouldn't have to give any back.
It's really up. Look, the way it's going, if you look, it's just moving in one direction. So eventually that's land that over the next couple of months might be gotten by Russia anyway. So do you want to fight and lose another 50, 60,000 people? Or do you want to do something now? In some cases, the land is going in the other direction. So they're negotiating. They're trying to get it done. You want to have a border? You can't have a border that goes through a highway or a border that goes through the middle of a town. So that doesn't work. So it's a long, complicated process. And very, very sad because so many people are being killed.
What's the next step?
They're going to keep talking. They're talking to Russia now. Steve Witkoff is going over, maybe with Jared. I'm not sure about Jared going, but he's involved in the process. Smart guy, and they're going to be meeting with President Putin, I believe, next week in Moscow.
Next week in Moscow?
I think so, yes.
What kinds of concessions are the Russians going to have to make?
Well, they're making concessions. Their big concession is they stop fighting and they don't take any more land. Again, it's a war that would have never happened if I was president. This was not anything that was going to happen.
This happened because of stupidity. It's too bad.
Mr. President,
Witkoff is going to Russia next week. Does that mean that Thanksgiving deadline doesn't stand anymore for Ukraine to agree to this?
We're going to see what happens. They set up a date, and the date is going to be sometime in the very near future.
Do you have a new deadline?
No, I don't have a deadline. You know what the deadline for me is? When it's over. And I think everybody's tired of fighting at this moment. They're losing too many people.
Have you heard this audio that Bloomberg has of Witkoff coaching the Russians on how to appeal to you?
Well, I haven't heard it, no, but that's a standard thing, because he's got to sell this to Ukraine. He's got to sell Ukraine to Russia. That's what a deal maker does. You got to say, look, they want this. You got to convince them with this. That's a very standard form of negotiation. I haven't heard it, but I heard it was standard negotiation. And I would imagine he's saying the same thing to Ukraine, because each party has to give and take.
So you're not worried that he's too pro-Russian?
No, I think, look, this war could go on for years, and Russia's got a lot more people, got a lot more soldiers, So I think if Ukraine can make a deal, it's a good thing. I think it's great for both. Frankly, I think it's great for both. But Ukraine's got it's a much smaller group of people. They've lost a lot of people. Russia's lost a lot of people, but Russia has a much bigger pool of people.
Mr. President, are you planning to unveil a health care plan anytime soon?
Well, we're looking at different alternatives. I like my plan the best. Don't give any money to the insurance companies. Give it to the people directly. Let them go out and buy their own health care plan. And we're looking at that. If that can work, we're looking at that. That's sort of take it off. That's what I like. Don't give the money to the insurance companies. They go out and buy their own plan. You give the money to the people. I like it the best.
Are you planning to extend those subsidies?
I'd rather not. Somebody said I want to extend them for 2 years. I don't want to extend them for 2 years. I'd rather not extend them at all. It may be some kind of an extension may be necessary to get something else done, because the Unaffordable Care Act has been a disaster. It's a disaster. And I said it was when it first got put in. Unfortunately, we lost a couple of Republican votes, and the Democrats voted for it. It's a Democrat plan. And the premiums are going up, and it's the Democrats' fault. But, they are negotiating with me. It's very interesting. They want to see something happen.
Who are you talking to on the Democrats' side?
I can't tell you who, but we have a lot of Democrats want this plan to happen. They would love to see the money go to the people, and the people go out and get their own health care. And there would be nothing like it.
Are you planning to replace Kash Patel as
No, he's doing a good job. Kash Patel? No, he's doing a great job, I think.
This week we saw those cases against James Comey and Letitia James tossed out. Do you still have faith in Lindsay Halligan?
Oh, she's great. I think she's great. They got out on a technicality, and you'll see what happens from here on. But if you look at the actual charges, I think anybody that looks at it very fairly would say, boy, are they guilty. So let's see what happens over the next week. The court didn't say you couldn't bring the case, re-bring the case, or appeal the case. So they have a lot of options. They're going to call the shot. I'm not calling the shot. But Lindsay's a very talented lawyer, actually.
Mr. President, on Venezuela, sir, are you planning to talk to Nicolas Maduro?
I might talk to him. We'll see. But we're discussing that with the different staffs. We might talk about Venezuela.
Interesting enough, the U.S. this week did, of course, name him the leader of a foreign terrorist organization. So why do you want to talk to him?
Say it again.
Maduro, the U.S. Designated him the leader of this foreign terrorist organization. Why do you want to talk to him if he's the leader?
If we can save lives, if we can do things the easy way, that's fine. And if we have to do it the hard way, that's fine too.
Mr. President, do you have any reaction?
If you carry
I'm not going to tell you what the goal is. You should probably know what the goal is, but they've caused a lot of problem, and they've sent millions of people into our country. They were probably the biggest abuser with Tren de Aragua and all the others that they sent in, the drug dealers, the drug lords, the people that they sent in, the jailbird. They opened their jails and prisons and dumped them into the United States. And we're not happy happy about it.
Do you want to, Mr. President, does the any reaction to Mayor Bowser announcing she's not running for re-election in D.C.?
Well, I got along with her very well. I liked her. We worked together. D.C. is now a safe community. It's a great community. You people know it better than I do because you live there. But D.C. is now safe. The restaurants are booming. The place is booming. We have no crime. And we did that all in a period of 3 or 4 weeks and then made it better and better and better. And now we're setting new records. I mean, literally, it's as safe as there is anywhere in the country now. And if you go back a year, it was a very unsafe place. Before I got here, D.C. was a very unsafe, and it's our capital. We have to make it safe. We're doing really well in Memphis, Tennessee, and we're doing well in other places. The one that is really troubling is what's happening in Chicago. The crime, it's a potentially great city again, but the governor's totally lost control. That's where you had the young lady burned. It's where you had a lot of killings over the last very short period of time. Killings. The governor has totally lost control of the state, and the mayor is grossly incompetent.
How was your call with the Japanese Prime Minister?
Great, it was great. I had a great talk. I have a very good relationship with her. I also had a very good talk with President Xi of China, and I think that part of the world is doing fine.
Can you tell us about the content of your talks?
Mostly trade. I spoke to President Xi about a lot of things, but trade and buying our farm products, and he said he agreed with me. I think he's gonna very much surprise you on the upside. I asked him, I'd like you to buy it a little faster. I'd like you to buy more, and he's more or less agreed to do that. I think we will be pleasantly surprised by the actions of President Xi. I have a good relationship, great relationship with him. I like him, he likes me. I'm going to be going there in April. I guess you'll all be going with me, but I'm going to be going to China in April. With Japan, likewise, I just came back from Japan, and we have a great relationship. The new Prime Minister and myself, she's very smart, she's very strong, and she's going to be a great leader. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's my president right there. That's who I listen to. Sorry about that. That's who we should all listen to, Shady.
That's the only person to listen to. There's no other person to listen to.
Because everybody acts like they know better.
Everybody seems like they are smarter than Donald Trump, and I will promise you that there's not a man on earth that's smarter than Donald Trump right now, because he has every single facet that he could possibly need to do the job that he's doing. Nobody has the information that he has. Nobody knows what's going on. And look at what Bloomberg and all these people are trying to do. They're trying to leak another phone call.
We're getting that crackling from you again. And I can hear myself. That's weird. What's going on, Yeti? Are we okay?
I didn't do any of that.
Do you hear it with shit? Crackle and pop. Yep. People hear it. Yep. Board reset or something. Okay. But weird. 134. Okay. So where are we? I was just trying to see where we're at. Let's see. So we got Stephen Miller has a new nickname for Pritzker. It's Governor Waddle. I kind of like that. That was kind of funny, Shady. Let's see. Resetting. Not sure if he's resetting or not. All right. So then there's that new word for Trump Republican, which is almost everyone. Great policy is the key. It is T-Publican or T-Publican? T-E-Publican or T-Publican? I think it should be Trumplican, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me guys know what you guys think. Basically, the cost, let me see. Scott Jennings, oh my gosh, this was good. Check this out. Scott Jennings slapping down a DNC spokeswoman. Check it out.
The only reason that the FBI is even looking into this is to chill speech. That's exactly what it is. He wants these people to stop. He wants other members of Congress to he wants to silence Democratic members of Congress and other elected leaders on speaking out against Trump. When it comes to...
Wait, can I ask you a question? Stop what? You said they want them to stop. Stop what?
They want them to stop speaking out.
So you said speaking out against Trump. So you're saying that you believe that inherent in the video is that Donald Trump has given illegal orders.
No, actually, what I will say about
Because what Abby argues is that they're just stating a fact, but you're saying it's speaking against Trump.
Because they speak out against Trump in other ways.
Then you took the message the way they intended it. You took it the way they intended it, which is that Trump has given illegal orders, and you can't name one, and nobody else can.
Hold on, let me just say that Congress has a role in ensuring that there are whistleblower protections when people come out.
So you believe there are illegal orders?
I'm not saying there is. I'm saying in the Biden administration. Okay. I'm saying in the Biden administration, there were whistleblowers. In other administrations, there have been.
Yeah. See, again, this is when we came back to the Candace thing, Shady, just like that. I mean, there are no illegal orders. They can't point to one.
No, they can't. Bad or good?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay. Talk a little more. Let me see.
Settled.
What?
I'm trying to get the audio settled.
Okay, gotcha. Let me see. I'm just trying to see. There was a couple more things. Oh, Jasmine Crockett is now advocating and saying that it's the illegal aliens that make America great. Check this out. This is where the Democrats are right now.
This is literally them finally saying the truth.
This is not the best of America. I know someone promised that they would make America great. I am telling you that they are doing just the opposite. I am telling you that we are a land of immigrants. It is time to do immigration right. It is time to make sure that we live up to the promise of this country. The idea that someone ran and said that I will get rid of the bad guys, yet we know more than 50% of the people that are currently being detained in custody have no criminal records at all. Zero, nada. So tell me why you are taking those people out of their communities. They are our neighbors. They are our friends. And frankly, they contribute to the fabric of this country. They are what make this country great, not your thuggish ICE agents who literally are spitting on our Constitution, as well as everything that we think patriotism ought to be.
It's gay.
Wow. Okay. But that's what they are. They think that's what make they said the truth out loud. Finally. Wow. Crazy. Then Jasmine Crockett proceeds to dig up old debunk Trump is racist stuff. I mean, this is how stupid these people are.
Listen, Donald Trump has dehumanized people of color for decades. I want y'all to understand this is who he is. This is an actual feature of what it is to be Donald Trump. Instead of a flaw, he demanded the execution of innocent black boys. He has been sued many times for racial discrimination. He called African nations shithole countries. He said that, quote, immigrants poison the blood of our country. And he's repeatedly refused to denounce white supremacy. In fact, he's hired many white supremacists to work in this administration. And now they're carrying out this racist and violent mass deportation, and it is destroying our country. LA, we stand with you, and we stand with the rest of this country. Thank you so much.
No,
listen,
you don't stand with our country. You stand with literal fascists. I mean, it's funny how they use the same term, but they're the same thing. Like, that's what they're actually doing. Then we've got, wow, we've got so much going on here, guys. There's like so much going on that the news is like a fire hose right now. Sorry, Yeti? Did you say something? Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, Shady's rebooting, guys. We're getting that done, so thank goodness. This is interesting, too. Check this out.
Okay. So would you support political violence?
I think the country was founded on political violence.
So is that a yes?
Do you support political violence?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Thank you.
Gotcha. Have a good day.
Wow. So they're saying that out loud, too. And that is the Democrat Party, not the Republican Party, because we do not believe in the violence. Those peaceful protests, mostly peaceful protests, were not the Republicans. They were the Democrats. Now, we got other big news here. This is Trump wins a big case in Georgia right here. Check it out. It's just throughout the 2020 election interference case against Trump and his allies, spearheaded by DA Fani Willis. All done. You're done. Stick a fork in her. So that case is now gone too. How many other cases have been dismissed? We got a few more to go, though, don't we? Interesting. We even have F.U. Frank. You guys remember the Penn and Teller skit about Frank Luntz? Funny. Every time you see Frank Luntz say, F.U. Frank, it was good. But actually, he's got something here. Check this out.
My first reaction was, why the hell did you put this video out? I know you're trying to poke at him. Of course you don't obey an illegal order. Of course there are standards and processes that our military has followed, not just for decades, but for centuries. That's a given. You're doing this just to create a political issue. And shame on you, because there are men and women who are serving in Japan, in Korea, all over the globe, in the Middle East, in other Asian countries. And this is Thanksgiving. And they're not home. And they're sacrificing for this country. And you're playing politics at this point?
Wow. I mean, he made some good points there, whether you say, F you, Frank, every time you see him, do a poll or not. Also, we've got this Tennessee race with we need to vote Tennessee 4. If you guys are in Tennessee 4, December 2nd is when you vote in person. I think voting ended today at noon. But this is huge, guys. Matt Van Epps is endorsed. Let's not let this whack job actually win. There was something where she was like pulled out of an office screaming like a little girl. And now there's new audio where Democrat congressional candidate, the Ben, Tennessee 7, says that she opposes prayer.
And I think, you know, especially as someone who is more secular, I have a hard time when religion is at the core of everything we do in the legislature. And so, for example, on the House floor, we say a prayer every session. Some committees open up with prayer. We also stand for the pledge. And there are also prayer groups in the legislature that meet routinely. There are Christian pastors that have a lot of say and proximity to power in the legislature and dictate a lot of what the power players do. And it is uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. Prayer is uncomfortable for demons. But isn't that part of our First Amendment, you would think? Shady Groove is back. I don't know. I just could feel you.
Is that any better?
I can smell you.
Oh, no. It's Thanksgiving. I smell like turkey.
Oh, gosh. Are you cooking turkey today?
No, we're doing it tomorrow, though. Are you?
All right. No, yeah, well, kind of. Yeah. But I wanted to real quick just cap this off because this BEHN Ben. But let's look at this. Look at her. I mean, do we want this kind of a lunatic running in Tennessee? Check it out, Tennessee 7.
Probably not. What the hell is that? Who is this? Oh, God, I missed all this.
Are you okay? Sorry, that was completely unnecessary. We just need to see this is our office too. You should not be ashamed. We are just living.
That's unnecessary, Shady.
What's she doing?
So that is Tennessee person right here, Afton Ben. She's running against Matt Van Epps in Tennessee 7. And this is resurfaced 2019 footage where she's storming Governor Bill Lee's office like a rabid activist, screaming bloody murder, then collapsing in hysterical sobs as cops drag her out like the unhinged toddler she is, Shady.
Is this the Nashville lady that like said that she hates the city?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I just know the two things that I reported on.
Okay, yeah, there's a lady out there in Tennessee I saw running yesterday. Maybe the audience can answer. I'm trying to get the chat back up here. I can't see anything yet. But I think there's a lady out there right now that's having big problems because she's running for office and she's attacked the city she's running to represent.
Yeah, that could be her. I don't know. Wow. All right, so interesting. So we got that going on. What else is going on, Shady? I mean, we've got so much happening. I was just kind of doing like a rapid, fire, kind of going through stuff. Oh
yeah, they're saying that's her. That is
her.
Yeah. So this idiot, I don't know how she got caught on a hot mic or something, or she was talking to somebody that recorded her, and she's basically like going off about how she hates country music and she hates Nashville and she doesn't really like being there whatsoever, but she's running for office to represent the place. And so, yeah, I didn't see that video that you were showing there, but the numbnuttery intersection could meet there. I thought that's possibly the same person.
It is, I guess it did. She's not going to win. She is not going to win. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Don't put that out there, Cue Ball 792. Come on now. So there's going to be a record 82 million people traveling today, but food and service workers at LAX are deciding to block the roads, infuriating travelers, and the LAPD doesn't do anything to stop it, Shady.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
Travel day of the year, looking pretty bad out there. Now, last night, the traffic at LAX got even worse as those food service workers staged a protest and blocked a main roadway into the airport. They're demanding a new contract and allege unsafe working conditions and unfair wages. This says nearly 82 million Americans are projected to travel over Thanksgiving, according to AAA. That's up from last year and an all-time high. More than 73 million of those travelers will make the trek by car. Around 6 million will travel on planes, and then about 2.5 million will take some other form of transportation. AAA anticipates that some flyers could cancel their tickets and drive instead of fly due to flight cancellations and the lingering impacts of the government shutdown. Now, here at LAX, officials are asking travelers to treat those TSA agents with respect and kindness as they work over the Thanksgiving holiday and due to the lingering effects of the government shutdown and all the work that they had to do.
Wow, huh?
Yeah, I mean, treat people with respect that you get to second base with. you gotta really, you gotta be nice. You gotta dress nice too. Sean Duffy came out and told you guys that if you're traveling on Thanksgiving to the airport, you should put on a nice shirt, bare pants.
It's so good.
That was awesome.
Meanwhile, the liberals are actually trying to brainstorm a little bit. Check this out, Shady Grip. This could work. What do you think?
I doubt that.
Let me show you.
Dear Donald Trump, can we please make it so that American citizens can post bail for undocumented immigrants? Hear me out. If my neighbor, let's call him George, I know he's undocumented.
Let's call him Jorge.
He knows he's undocumented. Could I please put up a bail, $10,000, and that bail would say, in 5 years, if George has not committed any crimes, if George has, stayed gainfully employed, if George has done X, Y, and Z that the government lays out, I get my $10,000 back, and he gets his citizenship. Can I sponsor him? Can I post whatever you want to call it, a bond? The government could invest my $10,000 over the next 5 years while we wait for George to prove that he's, cool. And I can keep my friend here, or my neighbor here, or whoever it is, and the government can invest my money. George gets his citizenship, and everybody wins. Why would this be a problem? Can somebody poke holes in this for me?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing something, but I think it would be really cool. I think it would be really cool if we could, as American citizens, say, I want to sponsor this person. I want to vouch for this person. I know this dude. I know he's a good guy. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Sorry, I'm making grilled cheese for my kid because she's homesick today. But anyway, I'm just thinking out loud today. Love you.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Shady.
You wouldn't know him. You wouldn't know Jorge. You wouldn't know George. If George didn't come here illegally. You see, and then George was told that, there's an opportunity for you to become an American citizen, George. You have the opportunity to become an American citizen. Register with us right now and go home and put your name on the list and say that you wanted to be an American citizen and you'd like to come here. So we're going to save the nice lady $10,000 and say George can go home, put his name on the list. And if it comes up, if we get back around to your name, George, then maybe you can come back over here and the nice lady won't have to put up $5,000 or $10,000. This is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Do you think that she would do a bond for $5,000 for her neighbor that is an American that just lost his home and is a veteran? You think that she'd put up a $5,000 bond for them to get back on their feet or help them or any type of thing for any other human being that's an American? I find it very curious how these people are so willing to open their pocketbook and throw the money at people that are illegal, but they're not willing whatsoever to stand up, and they would never help a MAGA person. They would never help a Trump supporter. A Trump supporter could be broke down in the ditch by themselves on a rainy Saturday night and have a MAGA sticker, and they would drive right by. but they will give $5,000 or $10,000 for the government to hold for a decade for Jorge. Got it.
Jorge. And what if Jorge was released from a Venezuelan prison and you didn't know that? What if Jorge raped people? What if Jorge broke into homes? Do you know?
No.
Right. And Shady Grove, how about this? This picture is all for nothing. Case dismissed today. How about that?
All gone.
All gone.
33 felonies.
This mugshot right here, gone. All for nothing.
Not well. It did get him reelected.
I think it did too.
That was his election campaign starter right there.
I think that did help him. And here, check it out. Here's the story.
Breaking news, another legal victory for President Trump. Fulton County DA Fannie Willis's 2020 election interference case against Trump and his allies is officially dead. A newly appointed prosecutor killed all charges, meaning Trump will not face any prosecution. That prosecutor took over the case earlier this month after Willis was disqualified over a sexual relationship with a colleague. Trump's lead legal just put out this statement, and it reads, the political persecution of President Trump by disqualified DA Fannie Willis is finally over. This case should never have been brought. A fair and impartial prosecutor has put an end to this lawfare. End quote.
Bookends.
So all of those little TikTok boys, sniveling idiots saying he's got 33 felonies, all dropped, guys.
None.
All of it. Your whole argument against Trump being a felon is gone.
Yep. And the whole argument against Trump being incompetent in the people that he hired is gone too. Okay, we've shown you this week extensive coverage this week in the last 3 days proving to you that Donald Trump is loyal to the people that are loyal to him. Donald Trump is not throwing people under the bus. There is currently and will continue to be crazy rumors out there saying that he's going to replace Susie Wiles. He's going to replace Pam Bondi. He's getting ready to replace Kash Patel. Again, like I asked you at the beginning of the broadcast, show me any of these people that say these things that are not associated with Alex Jones, InfoWars, or General Flynn, or some of their digital soldiers. Every single one of these people are connected to them. This is a narrative. This is a mockingbird media narrative generation tactic from the right, from these psychological operators out there that are trying to gin up enough doubt, fear, uncertainty, and doubt to go into the 2026 midterms.
Yeah. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Chaos agents, Shady.
Agent provocateurs.
Yep. And we have Roger Stone on video admitting that that's what he is. You know,
so has Enrique.
When they tell you what they are,
we're supposed to believe them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. We just bow down and send them more money and call them a hero and lick their shoes.
That's what the Democrats do, isn't it?
Yeah, Democrats definitely do that. And I'm seeing a lot of people that call themselves MAGA that are licking some dirty shoes.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
It's kind of disgusting.
Wow.
And it's going to continue because I'm not taking it anymore, man. I'm going to defend my president against these people the way I defend this show against these idiots.
Yeah.
It's the same group. And I've got every right to stand up for my president. And you guys acting like you have some right to come at Pam Bondi and make things up. If you've got some sort of criticism that makes sense, then tell me. But the idea that your criticism is that she goes on Fox News whenever she's asked to do an appearance and explains what it is that we're supposed to be that she's doing. I haven't seen another attorney general take down crime in one major United States American city, much less 3 or 4, and we're only a few months in. And I'm also seeing, Jeff, this crazy thing that's happening. You're not going to believe this. They're prosecuting people.
Yeah.
The people that they're arresting. No. They're not arresting people and bringing them in and then shuffling them back out there onto the street. No. They are prosecuting them and giving them jail sentences and putting them in prison.
Mm-hmm. The good news is, Shady Grove, is we have a new protected class of hair, Shady.
Oh, God.
In Pennsylvania. I got you. Check it out.
Human Relations Commission. The same would happen for our bill because now hair discrimination is part of the protected class of race, which is in the PA Human Relations Act. So they could call their statewide Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission, and there are also satellite offices all across the state.
So, Shady, a protected class of hair. So I guess that's dreadlocks and wigs and, all that kind of stuff, I guess, right?
Yeah, must be.
Wow. Kimmy Mack, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all spend time with loved ones and give thanks for this country, our president, and to be alive at this time. Giving thanks for that. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's a $50 Rumble rant. We're pretty much going to be out of here, Shady Groove. Wow.
Yeah, I see your comment, Cue Ball Frank. Trump swiped at her twice so far. She almost dropped the ball on the Comey case. So, yeah, but I'd like for you. Okay, so let's take it apart. Let's understand that the initial thing that you see that means is like, oh, Trump is somehow frustrated with Pam Bondi, so he's putting out this meme. What if that's not what he means? What if it's him spending political capital? What if it's him taking the heat? So that whenever Pam Bondi does something, they come more at Trump than they do at her. You see, this is what he's constantly doing. He's constantly pulling the heat away from the people around him and putting it on himself. It's what a true leader does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, very good. Thank you. And let me see, Shady, let me just see. It's going to come up, but I'm going to just try to stop it before it comes, I don't
know what you're doing.
I'm trying to okay, good. All right. I'm just trying to see how long the song is. All right. So, Shady Groove.
Yes.
I think we dealt with a Kash Patel ain't going nowhere psyop. Okay. He's not. Okay. Sidney Powell ain't going anywhere psyop. What other psyop did we have today, Shady?
General Flynn is not going to be heading back to the Trump administration.
Okay.
Alex Jones is completely turning on Donald Trump and his whole network now. And so we can one-to-one argue with them.
Mm-hmm. Then we had a couple of other psyops too with the Candace Owens psyop. I mean, we're looking at that. And guys, just trust yourself. It is okay to question everything. And that one part where they said question everything and then used religious against them, that's exactly what that script keeper guy did to us, Shady Groove. He used that same playbook against us, but he lost. They will all lose. They come up against the MG show and our listeners, they lose, right, Shady Groove?
It cannot move an immovable object. The idea that it's called an immovable object, Jeff, would mean that dictate that it can't be moved. So we already understand that, and we're operating from recognizing that you cannot move an immovable object. And what is that immovable object? The idea of MAGA, the idea of make America great again. This has absolutely nothing to do with all of these people and their theories and conspiracies. This has to do with literally redesigning the function of the country in a way to where it was actually intended to function by the founders of the country, not the people that have lorded over it for the last 100 years. I'd like to thank every single one of you for the gracious donations and the gifts and the wonderful contributions that you've all made to this broadcast and to keep us here. I'd like to tell all of you to take a nice day break tomorrow from all of this nonsense and really look people in the eye and tell them the truth. That's all that you need to do. If you look people in the eye and you tell them the truth from who you are, they will have to deal with reality from there. If you look people in the eye and you go softly or you don't say what it is that you're supposed to say, then you will get run over like a Mack truck.
Yeah. With craziness, guys.
It is crazy, man, because they're going to come at us always, Jeff. We're not even a year in, and they're already activated. So what we're looking right now is down the barrel of 3 more solid years of this so that they can attempt to weaken J.D. Vance and potentially stick a Flynn in instead of...
Ooh. I got a really bad imagery on that one.
Yep, sorry about that.
And with that, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Love you all. See you guys later.
God bless you.
MG In a world of shadows where the lies take hold, in the matrix, a Shady Groove, sharp and true. With the MG show, they cut through the haze. Truth is their weapon in this golden age. No silver platter, no tales pre-sold. The truth is learned, it's never told. Digging deep where the secrets hide, they bring the light to the other side. Slaying psyops, tearing down the screen. In the matrix, Shady Groove, the truth machine. MG show where the real unfolds, dark to light, the truth is told. Oh, they're slaying psyops one by one, fighting battles till the war is won. From the airways to the digital fight, Shannon and Jeffrey shine the spotlight. Constitution's their weapon, their guiding star, exposing the games no matter how far. Every thread they pull, a story unwinds, decoding the chaos, connecting the lines. No puppet strings, no fear to face. They're waking the world at a relentless pace. P equals pacer, a name in the mist, a shadow empire on their truth hit list. Roots run deep through wealth and lore. They peel it back, revealing more. Behind the curtain, the strings get traced. A dynasty's power now face to face. With every clue, the veil's undone. The MG show fights till the lights won. Foreign and domestic billionaires pull the strings. Foundations built on the power they bring. Arabella advisors, a mask and play, steering the narrative night and day. All have reasons, their motives gleam. A global web in a billionaire scheme. The truth cuts through, their grip unwinds, exposing the hands that control the mind. Slaying psyops, tearing down the screen. In the matrix, shady groove, the truth machine. MG show where the real unfolds. Dark to light, the truth is told. Oh, they're slaying psyops one by one, fighting battles till the war is won. Through the noise and the smoke they stride, independent hearts with nothing to hide. Future proves past, the clues align, a tidal wave of truth by design. Psyops tremble when the shovel digs deep, no lies too big for the oath they keep. With every show, the chains erode, the truth is learned, it's never told. Slaying sight, tearing down the screen. In the matrix, shady groove, the truth machine. MG show where the real unfolds. Dark to light, the truth is told. Oh, they're slaying psyops one by one, fighting battles till the war is won. So raise your voice, let the anthem ring. For in the matrix and shady grooves, truth they bring. MG show stands unbowed, untrolled. The truth is learned, it's never told. Slaying psyops, the fire stoked in a world asleep. This is the great awakening. Come on, y'all, sing it. This is the great awakening. This is the great awakening. This is the great awakening. Let's go, so tune into the MG show.
Yeah, let's go. God bless you all. Happy Thanksgiving. www.mg.show. Boom.